Hey friends, welcome to day 11 of this 14 days that we're spending together. In today's practice, we're going to be focusing on the lower body. So really focusing on getting circulation flowing, so that blood flow moving, but also helping to shift any emotions or energy that we're holding in this space. We're going to start our practice today in malasana or low squat. So if you need to, please bring in a bolster or a block or some books or cushions or a roll blanket, something to bring yourself up a little higher. It just makes this pose a little bit more comfortable, and given this is the start of our practice and we're not quite warm yet, it makes sense to make sure that we're nice and comfortable. So bring the soles of the feet to the floor, bring the elbows inside the knees, and there's a gentle squeezing between the legs and the arms. So they're kind of hugging in towards each other. See if you can find a little bit of length through the spine. And then close down the eyes as we begin our practice, turning our attention inwards. Starting to tune in with our own body and how we're feeling today. So personally, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Still got a bit of a head cold left from last week, and for whatever reason, I woke up at 3 a.m. So a little bit tired today. I think it's important just to check in personally with yourself and honor the energy that you bring to your mat today. If you're a little bit low energy, then allow yourself to be in that space. If you're feeling energetic and vibrant, maybe you push yourself, extend yourself a little bit more. Always taking that moment at the start of our practice to tune in is so important. Good. I want you to release the hands and just hold onto the bolster or bring the hands to the ground and just wipe the legs from side to side. Just getting some movement in the hips, noticing if they feel stiff at any point, and then bring the knees all the way down to the ground and just open up the heart a little bit more. Good. Bring the legs all the way over to the opposite side, bring the knees down, just gently stretching into the front of that hip. Good. Come back to sit up on the bolster and take both legs wide and just give them a little bit of a shake, just getting some movement into these spaces, letting them wobble and shake here. Good. Bring the right knee in towards the chest, and we're going to hold the knee in as we bring the left leg out in front of us. So we're just gently hovering this leg off the ground. You'll start to feel the muscles of this leg starting to engage and work. Can you lift it a little bit higher? Keep that length through the spine. A little bit higher still. Good, and then release it down. Give it a little bit of a shake. Let's go for the other side. So draw that left knee into the chest, plant the sole of the foot down so you've got some balance, and then lift that right leg up. Breathing here. Keep breathing. One more breath. And gently release the leg down. Bring both legs in towards each other. We're going to move this bolster out the way for the moment. Just bring that one to the side. We're going to come into a low lunge. So bring one leg in front, and we're just going to rock and roll in our low lunge here. Finding some space through the hips. If it feels good, you can roll the outer blade of that front foot out into your lizard. Find a bit more space. Keep breathing. And then I want you to lean forward and pick up that back foot. If it's not comfortable on that back knee, get a blanket or a cushion under the knee just to help the knee feel a bit more comfortable. If you can, we're going to reach around and find that foot with the hand and then gently press the foot into the hand, opening through the heart. If you can't reach the foot, you can just keep the knee bent and keep leaning forward. Take a breath here, maybe open the heart a little bit more. Good. Gently release that foot down and step the front leg back. Take a little rock and roll to reset here. And then step the other leg forward, coming into the low lunge on the opposite side. Rocking and rolling here. Finding that lizard pose if that feels good. So outer blade of the front foot. Just breathing here. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff held in the hips. Just going to breathe our way through it. Remind ourselves that it's safe to let go. We're safe here in this moment on our mat. Let's pick up the back foot now. If you can, reach around and find the foot. You might notice one side is tighter than the other. So this one for me is quite the stretch. Breathing here. And then gently release it down. Step that front foot back, coming back to your tabletop once more. Gentle rock and roll here. Good. Next breath, tuck the toes under, lift the hips high, keep a nice bend through the knees, pressing through the hands. Bend even deeper through the knees, lift the tailbone high, press the hands away, and then gently draw the heels down to the earth. On your next breath, look towards the hands. Let's step the right foot through so it can take as many steps as you need to get it there. And then we're going to walk the hands all the way around to the left side. Take a seat down into your skandasana. So the toes of the right foot find their way towards the ceiling. Fingertips bracing the floor if you need for balance. Or float the hands off. Find hands to prayer. Breathing here. Good. Release the hands down. Walk them all the way over to the opposite side. Finding skandasana here. Again, fingertips can stay braced or test your balance. Breathing here. Embrace the wobbles if you have them. Good. Next breath, coming all the way up and edging those feet in towards each other as we come back into our malasana. So take your time, rocking and rolling your way there. This time we're coming into our full malasana without the bolster, so you might be sitting right back into the heels, or you might be up on the toes a little bit more, and that's okay too. Find what works for your body. Elbows inside the knees, gently squeezing and lifting through the heart. If it feels good for you and you feel like you need movement today, you can rock and roll or you can find stillness. Find the breath. Good. Release the hands down. We're coming all the way down onto our backs now. So holding onto the knees, gently rolling down or using the arms to support you. Just bring the knees in towards the chest to start. Take a little rock and roll from side to side. Maybe taking some circles, massaging into that low back. Good. And then take the left ankle over the right knee and gently draw that right leg in. So you might hold on to the thigh of the right leg, or you might reach all the way through to the shin of the right leg. Breathing here. Let's place the right foot back down onto the mat. Keep the left leg where it is. Plant the palms on the mat, and as you exhale, gently press into that right foot to rise the hips up. Exhale, gently lower down. Next breath, rise the hips to sky. And gently lower down. One more of these. Inhale, rise to sky. If you'd like to, and you're feeling like a bit of a challenge today, you could point those left toes towards the ceiling. Take a breath. And then slowly lower the hips down. Hug that left knee in towards the chest. Send the right leg long, stretching into the hips. Maybe rocking and rolling that left hip to the side a little. Good. Let's change the legs over. So the left foot is on the ground. The right foot comes across that left thigh. And then gently drawing in, reaching towards the thigh or the shin. And again, if movement feels good, take it, rocking and rolling from side to side. Gently release the left foot down to the mat, the palms find the earth. You might need to make a little bit more space, so either walk the foot in or out, finding what feels comfortable for your body, and then gently press into the foot as you rise the hips up. And then slowly roll the spine all the way back down. And again, pressing through the foot, lifting the hips. And rolling down. Last one, pressing into the foot, lifting the hips. Either staying here, if you want to add on, point the toes towards the ceiling. Breathe. And slowly roll the hips all the way down. Hug that right knee into chest. Send the left leg long. Maybe rock and roll this right hip a little. Good. And then when you're ready, I want you to hug both knees in towards the chest. Taking a little rock here. Reaching towards both feet. Gently drawing the knees down towards the armpits. So if you can't reach the feet, if this is too much, you can hold on to the shins, you can hold on to the thighs. And we're just gently rocking here, side to side. Good. Hug the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a little reset here. And then we're going to come all the way up. So rock and roll or use your hands to come up and support. We're coming up to the wall for our legs up the wall. If you're not comfortable coming up the wall, you could use a couch, or you could even hop on your bed and send the legs up the wall or the headrest on your bed. So the easiest way to do this is to place the hip right up on the wall, like you're trying to sit on the wall with one side of your bottom, and then just roll the legs straight up, getting yourself comfortable, and then softening in here. If you'd like to, you could bring the hands onto the belly, closing down the eyes. Softening through the face and the jaw. And just being present with your body. So for me, I'm noticing I'm feeling a little bit of discomfort being in my body today. Whether it's a little bit lingering from this cold that I've had, discomfort in the sinus, but there's also like a fidgety feeling to my body, a little bit of anxiety. And I'm just going to breathe into that and notice that. I'm going to use words and affirmations to remind myself that I am okay. I'm safe here. Maybe sighing it out a few times. And then settling in to silence, watching the thoughts for the next 5 minutes or so. Time now to start bringing yourself back. Let the feet come down and just rest here for a moment. Maybe opening the eyes, taking a few deeper breaths, or stretching the arms above the head. When you're ready, rolling to one side, coming up to have a seat. Just bringing the hands to heart at the end of our practice. Taking a moment to honor ourselves for showing up, even when we don't feel like it. Being on the mat, being present and aware of everything our body is experiencing in this moment is so valuable. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Have a beautiful day.